Welcome to Lesson 7, Trend Lines in MT4. Trend lines, like horizontal lines, are key in helping us to make trading decisions. We can now not only determine and plot trends, but we can identify key patterns in price action and anticipate future price moves. Here in the dollar Swiss franc, we have a clear uptrend on the daily chart that formed from the beginning of January to about the middle of May. Now, by selecting a trend line, what I do is click Draw Trend Line from the top toolbar, and you take it from the base of the start of the trend, all the way to where the trend finishes, and of course where the trend line breaks around this confluence point here. To get started, click on your trend line button and place your trend line. Hold your mouse onto the line and drag until the end of the wick. The first thing that you will notice is that the wicks of these candles touch the trend line here, and this indicates what's called a swing high. The corresponding points on the lower trend line are called the swing lows. The rule of thumb is that we would like to see at least 3 points of contact to define a trend.
I hope you enjoy your nice long week off. Alright, all the best then.
1, 2, 3. You will note that this trend line carries on to the upside and then breaks around here. You may not find this desirable, it may interfere later, so let's fix this. Double click on the line and you will note 3 small boxes appear. Now right click on the line and a pop-up box appears. Click Trendline Properties and untick the box that says Ray. Your trend line will now end at a fixed point. The 3 small boxes also allow you to reposition the trend line from either end or in the middle. If we move either end, we notice 2 figures appearing. The left is the horizontal, and the figure on the right is the vertical distance. A full explanation of these figures can be found in our video on MT4 for crosshairs. As an example of moving the trend line, you may want to ignore the swing highs and plot a trend line based on candle opening and candle closing. Simply move the endpoints to reflect this change. If you want to change anything else about the line, you may right-click and choose Trendline Properties and change the color or thickness, like so. These changes will be automatically saved for the next time you use this feature. The 2 lines we drew here are on the upper and lower trend lines and create a trend channel. We will be discussing trend channels in our education series. To delete trend lines, like any object, you may use the delete key on your keyboard, or right-click on the chart and select Object List. Here you may select individual lines and then delete them. Let's look at another way to use trend lines. Here on our daily chart on gold, we spotted a clear downward trend. Trendline Properties, unclick Ray. This is clearly not a channel, as there is no real lower parallel line. However, we could consider this as a lower trend line and could try to be creative by looking at previous higher lows. But let's just consider these points for now. Getting back to our horizontal line, we could also consider that this to be a key level of support, and not many would disagree. Regardless, we have drawn either a pennant or a triangle, but you might find this to be a key element in your trading strategy. We'll go into more detail on how to trade these patterns in our education series. But for now, let's see what happened to our pennant. A break here and a move to the downside. Now, in this lesson, we have covered how to draw a simple trend line, how to modify your trend line, how to identify swing highs, swing lows, and triangles, and how to use trend lines to draw channels and triangles. In the next lesson, we will look at the moving averages on MT4. Thank you for your time.